right, so this is the vitals report. This is my vitals report. And the way we read them is that we want to be the green, just green as go. So we want to be green, normal. Anything away from a 5 or green is going toward the reds, and the reds are the most out of balance. I don't like to say critical or bad, but they're the most out of balance. So things we need to pay attention to. If they stay red and red, then it's usually something that's more out of balance. If something is red in the previous scan and then after the optimization, it goes to a different color than red, then that's a good thing. It means it's improving. If it goes the other way, it may mean our chakras or our meridians are chakras are are spinning the wrong direction. Meridians are blocked. It could be something going on that we need to pay attention to. So, all educational, not diagnostic. And this is my own scan. So, I am Heather Plude, and we're going to look at my scan. So, there's not anything showing up for dairy, but I don't eat dairy. But look at all the things that are showing up for fruit, as that I'm sensitive to them, and then the frequencies get them better. Grapefruit, I just took grapefruit seed extract. So I just had something with key lime. Um, yeah. So this is typical. Whatever I eat is showing up in my scan. So leaky gut that's not healed. Um, I haven't had any seafood, but they're all showing up as sensitive. And if you haven't been eating something and something shows up, it could just, it's a sensitivity. Not really an allergy if something shows up all the time, but nothing here is really big red bread. This safflower could be something in one of the things I've eaten, because I have eaten some processed things. We're in the middle of moving, and I'm not usually eating processed at all. So my gut doesn't like it because it everything, and this is typical for me, everything that I eat shows up, but I don't stop eating kale and lettuce because they show up here. Sometimes I do. Kale and lettuce haven't been showing up every time though. This time, that's like everything I ate yesterday. So let's move on. We've got some things going on with blood that just got a little bit better. Now, if I were looking at this in the easy scan, the only things that would show up would be the red. So I just want to, and sometimes, very seldom, they'll show like a red, um, and when it gets better. But look at this. I would not see any of this. I wouldn't see this pattern that my CBC was very out of balance, but the frequencies are bringing it into balance with the scan. Omega 3s. Now, whether that means it's high or low, I'm not going to run out and take an omega 3 because it wasn't suggested in my supplements, and I'll show you that later. So, and if you have any question of what something is, a lot of times you can click on the title of something and it'll give you a description. If it doesn't give you a description, you want to know what it is, look it up on the internet, on Google, on your browser of choice or your search engine of choice. DuckDuckGo is a good one. Google doesn't really give you all the best answers. Sometimes they're canned answers that don't give you a lot of homeopathic or natural remedies, I think, are filtered out on Google. So DuckDuckGo is a better one for searches. So this is my chakras. So it is showing that, you'll see the sacral chakra was in balance and went a little bit out of balance, but the solar plexus was out of balance and went a little bit in balance. So that sometimes happens because energies are very fluid. When one moves one direction, another will move another direction. But these two, the crown chakra and the third eye, both moved towards imbalance. And if you wanted to know any more about those, the chakras have some explanation there. The meridians are also scanned, and it looks like most things were going from good to good except the pericardium. And again, the descriptions are underneath here if you want to go into a deep dive of what is out of balance with you. And these scans can be done remotely. So, gastrointestinal functions definitely have some inflammation going on. I'm not surprised at all there. But it shows you exactly, what's going on. And also the optimization that I got, things are getting better. And the only thing that would show up in the easy scan is the histamine. So we wouldn't see that whole pattern of look at all the inflammation I had and the optimization bringing it to better. So some insulin resistance. I have seen that adiponectin come up for me a lot lately. So at some point I may do some research on that. Um, a few things. The oleic acid would show up on the easy scan because it's red. But I like to look at it in this way because I see more of a pattern if there is one. Digestive enzymes. Definitely haven't been taking my hydrochloric acid lately. I've been eating out way too much. Moving is ruining my gut. So vitamins and coenzymes, yeah, probably should take something there too. I'm really only taking what my scanner tells me to, but with moving and not getting nutrition, I think that I should really be taking probably a multivitamin. Fried pickles are not in a food group, I don't think. So, bone and muscle loss, disc protrusion, that sounds like me today. Woo! All right. What else are we seeing? I'm being really open with all of my stuff because I haven't even looked at this yet. So we've got a lot of green here. I like that. Let's see, collagen index. Yep. I usually take a little bit of collagen. I'm a mess. Nothing. Hormones. A thymus. Not surprised at all there. Lymph nodes. Yep. Should be doing a rebounder. Kidney function. This one is usually out. Bilirubin. I usually keep an eye on that one. ALT. It sometimes goes in and out. My detox pathways are always not, well, I shouldn't say always. Once in a while they come into green, but usually they're in the red. I got work to do, just like everybody. This is how I keep an eye on it. My thyroid stimulating hormone is in the red. I don't like that because, well, I had a mold hit yesterday. I opened up a cabinet that I moved into I bought a moldy house and been running high tech. But if you got a cabinet completely closed, high tech will clean all the air of the whole house, but it won't clean in a cabinet it can't get into. So when you open something like that, I got a massive mold hit. So I'm not surprised at all to see thyroid stimulating hormone out of balance there. Uh, so some tree allergies that went back into balance with the frequencies, bacterial things. These things very often show up for me. Borrelia. It's nice to see Burgdorferi is in balance, has been for a while, but I have this other one which shows up for a lot of people. So the test in America would test for Borrelia Burgdorferi, wouldn't test for these other 20 that very often show up on the scanner. So a little bit of strep, not surprised at all. Mycoplasma doesn't look too bad today. This ureaplasma, but didn't stay red. Valley fever, that's the only fungus that's showing up really. Human toxins, chemical toxicity, not at all surprised. Did some spray painting, I know, horrible. Yep, minerals, not too bad today. Not something that's like priority. A little bit of molds. Like I said, not surprised at all. I had a little bit of a mold hit. Uh, we've got, last but not least, parasites, and the full moon's coming, so they're all out in full bloom. Oh, I thought that was last, but of course we've got viruses. So again, things that are out of balance, and then over here coming into balance, except for this para-influenza 3. And I believe on my supplements, a herpes simplex scan came up. Let me go over to here, and we'll just look at the enhanced reports. So this is the same report as that, except this is in the easy scan. The other one is just the vitals part of the easy scan. So when you do the easy scan, you can look at the long form of the report just by going. So you'll see here, these are the things that the easy scan suggested I take. So this Cali, however you pronounce that, I didn't look that one up. But of course, mold fungus. I'm skipping over the ones. See, these are things that I have. These are things that it wants me to take. The keto fire and the DMSA taurine. Those are things it wants me to take. The DMSA taurine is one that I make myself, so it's not something that you can buy. I buy the powder and I put it in. But the keto fire is one that's commercially available. So the other things are frequencies that can be imprinted. So like I said, I didn't look this one up, the Cali Biconium or whatever. But the mold fungus, that's obvious what it is. The colosynthis, I haven't really looked that one up either, but this ledum, this is for a tick bite, for an insect bite. So um, it's definitely tick related. So anyway, and the way the easy scan is, it only shows the things that are out of um, completely out of balance. So on the food, it looks like I'm doing great, right? But you didn't see the kale and the lettuce that started out of balance but went into balance. But when I look at that pattern in that larger report, I see that that's everything I ate. So what's that telling you? That I have some leaky gut issues that is probably induced by eating out a lot because we're moving. So I usually have a much better stomach than I do this week, and it shows with how I've been feeling. So signing off, and I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial and the walkthrough how how healthy I am and how I keep an eye on my health so I can get better every day. And the AO scan helps me get better every day with the optimization. You saw how a lot of those energies were moving from one to the other. That's what we like to see. And that's the way life should be. All right. Have a sunshiny day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.